Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Working Mother Diary. Today I'm sharing a personal story about a big chapter in my life when I lived in a village for 3 whole years after getting married. Sounds like a huge change, right? Well, it definitely was, and I learned so much from that experience. So let me take you on a journey through those 3 years. So here's the backstory. Before marriage, I had only ever lived in big cities, fast-paced, filled with people, lights, and noise. I loved the convenience of city life. You could literally get anything, anytime, anywhere. Whether it was food, entertainment, or just running errands, everything was a short drive or a walk away. Life was on the go, and I was used to it. But then came the big change marriage. My husband had been working near his village, and since my in laws are from rural area and I had an option of work from home, it made more sense for us to settle there for a while after marriage. It wasn't something I had initially imagined, but I thought, why not? It would be a great opportunity to get closer to family, experience life in different setting, and truly immerse yourself in village culture. At first, I'll admit it felt like a big adjustment. For me, it felt like a huge leap. New place, new people, a totally different lifestyle. But honestly, the transition felt so much smoother because of my in laws. They were so understanding, so cooperative, and really made me feel like part of the family from day one. I had always lived in a city, so the quiet, slower pace of life was a huge shift. There was no hustle and bustle, just the sound of nature and the occasional cow mooing in the distance. But after a while, I began to appreciate it more. I learned to slow down, enjoy simple pleasures, and connect with people in a way I never had before. From the very first moment I arrived, my in laws were incredibly warm and welcoming. They didn't just expect me to figure everything out on my own. No, they were right there, offering help whenever I needed it. But my mother in law, especially, was such a rock. She patiently taught me all the little things, like how to make fresh roti or how to handle daily chores in a more traditional way. It wasn't just about helping me with tasks, it was about making me feel comfortable and confident in this new environment. My father in law, too, was always so supportive. He'd share stories about village life, take me on walks around the village to show me the best spots, and made sure I always felt included in everything, no matter how small. It was these little things that really helped me adjust and feel at home. I'm very lucky to have such understanding in laws. When I moved to the village after marriage, they were incredibly supportive, and never expected me to live the same way as someone who grew up in rural setting. I've always been a city girl, so the idea of taking care of cattle or cooking on a traditional chula was a huge shift for me. But my in-laws never pressured me to do any of that. Instead, they understood my background and always respected my pace. They made sure I didn't feel overwhelmed with the changes and always encouraged me to focus on what was important, my work and my comfort. Even when I had long office hours, they would step in to help with anything I needed at home, whether it was managing chores or just making sure I had some downtime after a busy day. They were always there for me. It was such a relief knowing that they didn't expect me to change overnight or adapt to rural life in ways that didn't feel natural to me. They always made me feel at ease and helped me maintain my balance between work and home. One thing I really noticed was the warmth of the people in the village. My in laws were always so welcoming, and the neighbors were incredibly kind. All the vegetables and milk was organic and homegrown. It was a community vibe that I hadn't experienced much in the city. Of course, not everything was easy. There were challenges like adjusting to the lack of city conveniences, but honestly, it helped me appreciate the little things we often take for granted, like fresh air, home cooked meals, and the beauty of nature all around. But the best part was learning how to live in harmony with the land and the seasons. I spent a lot of time in the fields with my mother in law after my husband left for office, helping out when I could, whether it was harvesting crops or just taking a walk through the village with my in laws. I even learned to cook some traditional dishes, which was a lot of fun. Looking back, I'm so grateful for those 3 years. It was a time of growth, self discovery, and connection. It taught me a lot about patience, simplicity, and importance of family bonds. And even though I'm back in the city now, I'll always carry those moments with me. So that's my little story about living in village after marriage. Have you ever experienced something similar or lived in a rural setting? I'd love to hear about your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Until next time.